Good morning, YouTube. Okay, so a few days ago, I made this video and I was addressing this person's YouTuber, and I'm going to try. This may be harder than I think. I don't know if I can do this or not, but I'm going to try not to mention that person's name because here's the reason. Because if I mention that person's name, I'm always accused of using that person's name to get more views for myself. So I don't know how you have a discussion. But anyway, let me not even go into all that. I'm gonna try not to use the dude's name and just speak in generalities here. But I do want to say this: views on YouTube. I mean, not very important to me. I don't get income from this thing. I guess I'm not saying that because I'm some kind of great person or anything. I'm just saying that the number of subscribers I have, the views ain't gonna make no damn difference. I'm not getting. If I get enough money for some Kool-Aid and juice every 2 months, I would be fortunate. So let's not make it about that. I don't care about no damn views. I'm an old queen. I've been accused of that a lot too. Or I'm saying something about this person. Okay, let's get right into it. Okay, so I call this person a racist. Now I'm. It ain't the first time I call people racist. For me, and I am going to try to break this thing down as best I can. But this subject is weird for me because I don't want to say something stupid, and because everyone, anytime you say anything about race or religion, everyone's going to correct you, and they're going to have to tell you their opinion. So I hate to go into speaking about something that I don't completely understand, whatever. But thanks to Google, just look it up. So the issue is call this person racist. Many black people come, and I've encountered this before. I know a lot of people feel very strongly about it that a black person cannot be racist. So for me, I call a person a racist when they judge whole races of people, or at least this has been my definition of the word. Fortunately, I don't have to use it very often. But if they hate whole races based on their race, in other words, if the Russians hack the U.S., then I hate all Russian people. I would call that a form of racism. Or certainly, I don't know. I had to get my words together. I'm old and I don't have all the words. I was never a good student. But so I call this person who's a black person who seems to be very racially conscious. So maybe that's the right word. But what I did was I went and I looked up the word racist. So it takes up all of 30 seconds. So I want to start there. So hold on a second. Let me pull up what I got on from Google. Okay, racist. I give you two in its primary meaning. There, of course, there's people use words differently, but it says a person who believes that another race is superior to another. A person that a particular race. I gotta start all over again. A person who believes that a particular race is superior to another. Okay, and then the adjective having or showing the belief that a particular race is superior to another. Okay, herein lies the problem. Okay, so this is why the people are saying that a black person can be racist. So I guess they're right. I mean, I don't have a problem. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Wrong, you're wrong. I do respect truth. So the reason where I'm making my mistake is I'm saying if a person hates other races based on the actions of some people in that race, they are racist. But they're saying what it is the word racist is associated with a feeling that one race is superior to another race. So I've never encountered, I'm sure there's somebody out there, some kind of everybody out there. I never encountered black people who believe that they're superior to white people. But what we're saying is that we're not inferior to those people. So our argument is that we're equal. A racist argument would be that they're superior, that we're beneath them in some way. So I don't have a problem saying I'm wrong. I'm wrong. And just leave it at that. Wrong is wrong. I'm going by this definition. I'm sure if I really wanted to push the issue, I could find somebody's definition somewhere on Google or on the internet who would agree with my old way of thinking. But so you got to use the words properly. Uh, so I guess a black person who hates all white people in a general way would be a prejudice. He would have prejudice towards that race, or Chinese people, or any other type of people. But racist seems to be associated with white supremacy. So in that way, only a white person would be racist, I guess. All right, so it clears that up. So I guess we need to come up with words. We put so much on these words. Like, for instance, uh, logic would tell you that, okay, if this N word has so much power in the United States, then we should just come up with another word and use that word, and it'll be you will be equal to that word. But no word would ever be equal to that word. We haven't been able to come up with a word that would express the same thing, because no other word has the history that the N word has. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, I still don't like people who are I can't say racist anymore. People who are prejudiced against other races of people. I just don't like that. I don't like, and I know people say, "Oh, you just know Queen, oh, you like white people and all this kind of stuff." And but it's not. It's much more deep than that. Because if I meet a Spanish person who doesn't like Asian people, who says stupid things about Asian people, I don't like that. I just don't like the prejudice issue. So I'm not the best, candidate for discussing race, because I just I don't like seeing people as whole groups of people, grouping them all together and saying they all did this. Like all black people are intimidating because somebody robbed you in an alley. Now you hate them all, kind of thing. So all that kind of. So I guess the word I need to be using is prejudice. So from now on, I'm going to try to use the word prejudice. Now, if some of you viewers have a better word, or have a description for someone who is the word racial. Racial. I wonder if racial would be a more appropriate word, because I've met people who see things through race. In other words, every time you tell your story, they always identify what race the people involved were. They're just very conscious of race. Now, that I wouldn't necessarily say that means that they were prejudiced against one particular race, because all races they see through the lens of race. Uh, I hope I had a point here. No, I just had a point here because I know a lot in my comments. I've taken down a lot of people with this argument about this word racist, but it's not because of the word racist that I took it down. I took down your comments because you always end up with calling me an old bitter old queen or something. And you just gonna be calling me names and talk about me like a dog. I let that be on there because this somebody else see it. It's just like the laws in San Francisco about graffiti. The law in San Francisco is this: if you have graffiti on your property, on your building, you must remove it. Because what happens is when someone sees someone rolling your building and it's up there, the next person will come along and they'll say it's okay to write on that building. And then it just compounds. So San Francisco has figured out that if you see it on there, take it off. And people would not compile all this graffiti all over your buildings. They don't have that law in Oakland, so you go to Oakland, you see all of this years and years and years and years of graffiti stacked on top of each other. So it makes sense. So that's why I erase your comments. It's not because I'm not willing to have a conversation or anything, but if you can make your comment without calling me old queen, bitter old sissy, saying I'm too old to be online. I guess y'all feel like old people shouldn't be online. It's a certain age for young people. No, we're still alive. As a matter of fact, I mean, it seems logical that we would be wiser than the young ones. I mean, is wisdom even respected? Okay, so this is just to start a conversation. Uh, I'm going to say that I'm wrong to use the word racist in regards to black people, unless those black people feel like our race is superior to white race. Then I guess that would be a racist. I haven't encountered that a lot. More about us being equal. So anyway, this will be a short video. Hopefully, it'll start a conversation, and then I'll come back and do some more without saying that person X name. So you won't accuse me now of trying to use their name to catapult myself into some kind of fame. Goodbye.